Question of the day. How can we thank a troop for their service? I'm really trying to understand, because troops don't do anything domestic. All their affairs are foreign. So when they go to war, they're out there stealing, killing, and destroying, and fighting a war for the pale face. They're literally out there destroying other nations that literally has no purpose to the general population, to any of their communities where they come from, or anything to the nation as a whole. You know, just regular folks. Now, if I were to thank a troop for a service, or someone were to thank a troop for a service, it should be along the lines of, thank you for fighting police brutality. Thank you for fighting, you know, FDA, FCC, all of these different alphabet groups. They should be fighting in their community to keep, you know, single parent households from being a thing more than what, you know, the family nucleus would be. They should be out on the street, policing the street, smacking folks up who's acting a fool. They should be able to go to war with the cop who's out here jacking stuff up and jacking people up. Now, I'm pretty sure if they were to do all of that, then they wouldn't be no thank you for no troop service. There wouldn't be none of that. So as long as they're out there stealing, killing, and destroying in another nation in the name of corporate gain, just greed, westernizing, destroying, and whitewashing every other nation, getting into that other nation's business, telling them what to do and how to do it, when that nation that's going out to destroy another nation does not have their stuff together. So the fact that they're able to go out and get the pass to fight against another nation for doing wrong, but they can't fight on their soil, which they came from, to put that nation in check for doing wrong, really doesn't make any sense. So I'm not thanking no troop for nothing, because I don't see nothing of what they do benefit anything here in this soil. Maybe what they're doing in their own little private life is, you know, going to reflect into society if they're, you know, being a light. But I'm talking about as a collective organization. There is no organization of anything that they swear by to take back over here collectively as an army, troop, whatever you want to call it. They're not over here fighting domestically against terrorism. They're not doing it. So to thank them doesn't make any sense. They have done nothing over here. They have a license to steal, kill, and destroy, but they wouldn't have a license to, you know, do the complete opposite on the soil. They don't reward you for doing what's right here in this soil. I bet if a troop pick up a gun and do all kind of stuff over here and you know, pick up a gun and try to guard his community, they're gonna call him a terrorist, especially if he's a black man. Actually, I'm gonna just only speak about it if he's a black man or a black woman. He's walking around using that platform that he's had to fight in these fake wars, these staged wars for profit and greed and control for the wrong people. If they were to use that same energy here on this soil, they will be considered a terrorist. And we know it because they get arrested and blackmailed and all kind of stuff all day long. So you ain't getting no respect over here for nothing. And then it's bad enough to thank somebody for their service and they're getting destroyed, getting used up, getting abused up, all for another agenda that has nothing to do with their own personal household or America in general. And, you know, so-called Americans, they're not getting any benefit from that. They literally get used up like they're a toilet. And the rich people just sit by and they just make up another war. They send people off to that other war and they're just collecting money. But they're just getting used. They're just getting practiced on. That's genocide. That's democide. So that whole thing is a scam. You ain't getting no discounts. You ain't getting no respect. None of that. Because what you're doing is evil. For the wrong purpose. At the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, just look at that. You come home and you feel guilty. And that's why there's a high suicide rate within that army, troop, whatever community. Because they know that they've done wrong after they were after they come home. They realize what they did was wrong. They fought for the wrong reasons. They went out and they murdered so-called innocent people. They were fighting a wrong war, wrong purpose, whatever. They know that it's wrong. And especially how they do it tactically. They be blowing people up with them drones, bombing so-called certain communities of certain colors. You know, they be strategic. They probably went to war and stole some oil, took over a poppy field. They done took over a poppy field, try to decentralize another community because they had a central bank. They had gold in circulation. Try to murk all the people because they're farming peacefully. You know, they do all kind of stuff. They recently got in trouble for targeting a man because they thought he was a terrorist when he was a regular civilian. Like, y'all just out here making up excuses as men to why you want to just throw your aggression on the whole entire earth and depopulate the earth. Like, let's not talk about population control, that there's too many people. That's a whole nother thing, because y'all out here just killing everything in the name of government said. If the government's gonna tell you to kill your own family and to do all that, you're not gonna do it. But as long as you can kill and murder, destroy, steal, all that kind of stuff to another family, it's all right. But if the shoe was on your foot, you ain't gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. And if you're doing it, you're probably gonna be hated. You know, like cops. Cops are not really respected. Let me not forget that they are also very hated within their own household, because they are very abusive to their wives and all that. They're very abusive people. So they don't have a good reputation with the world and people within their own personal community by the mass majority. Now, people are going to respect them when they want to use them for their own personal reason. Like the pale-face people. Yeah. They're going to really flex that extra power and control and act like they love cops. But at the end of the day, they don't love cops, because, you know, they be doing all kind of matters of wickedness, you know, drugs and all that stuff. You know, the opioid crisis has now made its full turn to the community that afflicted the black community with that crack cocaine bull crap. So yeah, you know, cops are not well liked. That's why they love their clan mentality, and they got a brotherhood, but they will do anything to connive their way into getting free food. You know, I used to work somewhere and they used to steal food in front of my face. They would steal food, steal drinks, lie about something happened to their food, and they didn't get their food and can I get a discount? They already get 50% off. Like, y'all don't need no more. Y'all don't need no more discount. Y'all don't need nothing. Y'all not privileged. They don't even discount homeless people. So, none of y'all getting any kind of respect. Y'all not getting 2 cents worth of nothing. Not until you start fighting for righteousness. And y'all don't do it because y'all don't get in trouble for what you do. You can't get sued. You're almost invincible. So if you're almost invincible for doing what's right, then that means you're doing something wrong and it's not really right. Because in this world, anything that's right and somebody who's doing what's right, they're gonna get killed. They're gonna get taken out because that's competition for the government. So you know you're in the wrong. You know it because that guilt weighs heavy on your conscience. So all I have to say is screw that. I've had a grandfather who fought in the war. I don't respect none of that. I didn't respect what he did. So I'm speaking from personal experience. Y'all can go ahead and do all that, but just for me and my household, we ain't doing it. Because they come back home after that war and they sit down, they're passive aggressive, they don't do nothing, they don't stand up for nobody here in this soil when something's going wrong. They don't pick up no guns, they don't call up no comrades and say let's go to war, let's use all them skills that we've learned in the military on bad people. They're gonna sit back and watch all these so-called white-collar crimes take place. Blue-collar crimes, they're gonna watch the regular street, dirty ghetto, you know, all types of crimes going on. They're not gonna do nothing. They're gonna be like, oh, you'll just have your day in court. Well, y'all didn't go to court for this war. Did y'all go to court with these other nations? No. Y'all did not go to court with these other nations. You just went in and started storming stuff up. So no.